Hi, I'm Andrew. Welcome to my kitchen. In this video, you're going to see me making and learning about and eating this particular Omurice dish over many years and many videos. And that dish is Omurice, made by Chef Motokichi at his restaurant in Kyoto, Japan. Recently on the channel, I made a video where I tried out Chef Motokichi's new special omelet pan that he developed specifically for making this dish. And it occurred to me that I have this long saga of learning about and making this dish across many videos, and it would be cool to put it all together into one place to tell that journey in one concise video. And so you're gonna be seeing the first time I ever made it, to when we traveled to Japan for Worth It to eat it, and recently when I was making it on the channel. And between each video, I'll be chatting with the different people involved in making them to get their perspectives and the behind the scenes look on what it was like making them. First up is I tried to make the most difficult omelet, which was released on BuzzFeed video in 2017. And in this video, Adam, who's here behind the camera, challenged me to make this difficult omelet. And why did we do that, Adam?
Because I thought it'd be funny.
Okay, so here we are. I'm going to attempt to make Japanese dish called Omurice. A particular guy in Kyoto called Chef Motokichi Yukimura, and he does his the best that probably anybody does it, doing lots of chef tricks. He makes this really perfect omelet that's like a total cylinder that's really gooey in the middle. And he lays it on top, and then he cuts it with a knife, and it unfolds like an alien's stomach. Then he pours gravy on top, and it looks really awesome. My coworker Adam asked if I would just try to recreate it. I think it's a pretty good challenge. I do not claim to be good at cooking in any way. Disclaimer, I was challenged to do this. Do not edit that out. Cool, now it's time to take this thing. The chef in the video has an oval shaped mold. I don't know where you get those. We're just gonna go with a round one. We have a bunch of this sticky fried rice action. I'm gonna do something like this. Whipash. And then I think I'm just gonna leave it like that until it's time. Burner. Got this pan. Is it the right pan? We're gonna find out. I think I'm gonna go with about 3 eggs to start. Yeah, I'm specifically hiding the egg cracking action. Oh shit, we got a double yolk. I just had a double yolk. Good luck, right? Slightly too much egg here. Terrible, this is a disaster. All right, definitely too many eggs for the size of pan. I mean, what you have here is a bunch of overcooked eggs with a bunch of undercooked eggs on top of them. Here's what I'm gonna do. Someone's always hungry. I'm just going to offer scrambled eggs to one of my coworkers. Wonder how many years that guy practiced his craft. Be right back. Hey, do you want these eggs? Do you want these eggs?
Sure. It was fun.
Okay.
I had a really nice
Attempt 2. And we're back. We're gonna try it with my preferred silicone spatula. You know what else? Just in case I do it perfectly this time, I should make sure that this rice mold, oh yeah, okay. Lower the heat. Are there enough eggs here? I didn't really make the curds evenly. If that was on top of a pile of rice and it was made perfectly, then yeah, that would look like what we're trying to achieve. Great, we're getting somewhere. Mentally overdone. I stirred it 1 round too many times, I think. I think I'm gonna go back to using the chopsticks, because when I'm using the spatula and I'm pushing the eggs around, I'm making curds as large as the leading edge of the spatula. Whereas if I do it with this, it's like I've got 2 pool cues that I'm making my curds with, much smaller. That should make it better to roll, I think, maybe. How does he? It's like in Mario when you make a really hard jump and you're like, oh, the rest of this level just gets harder. Using a different pan, because that was obviously the problem. This one is maybe a little bit more slippery, and it has kind of a more generous curve to it. Oh yeah. We're cooking with eggs now. Okay, I definitely already cooked it too much. Kind of smells like dog hair. Okay, let's get right back into it. I don't know where we are in video runtime land. We've been here for like 3 hours now. I'm running out of people to feed eggs to also. It's slipping off the pan. You want me to cut this? Well, it's on there. A little craggly, but the overall shape is feeling good. Nice enough so that I can go like that. I cut a little bit too deep, sort of. So we're down to the last 3 eggs. I'm gonna have Rie watch my last attempt, whether it's good or bad. The last one was pretty good. It made it on the rice. Now, hopefully, it's not too done in the center, and when I go like this.
You did it.
Not really well, but I know how hard it is now.
You got the texture right.
Yeah.
I don't think I did. I think it could be creamier.
I think he put milk in egg.
Really?
What?
I go, oh! That's it. I mean, look, I didn't expect to perfect a master's dish in one afternoon. Now that video is just that much better. That was my first time actually gaining some understanding of what this dish is, and then obviously trying to make it for myself, which was very difficult. And in hindsight, boy, do I look sloppy. The demi-glace is so thin, and my attempt so poor.
Well, you didn't even make the demi-glace or the rice.
So this was not only my first time making omurice, but it was the first time making this style of video. And this was Adam's idea and creation. And also a large part of the credit is what the video became once you edited it. Because I remember living that experience just like, that's not a video. All of that footage is just gonna go in the trash. But you really turned that into something.
Yeah, we really had no idea what we were doing. It's very much like a first try. Even the video, not only is it you trying something for the first time, the video itself is really figuring it out. It was basically trying to do everything the opposite of a cooking show where someone teaches you how to make it perfectly, but then hopefully you still learn all the things you would learn of how to do it, but instead of someone telling you how to do it, you're just seeing someone do all the wrong things until they figure out what's important to getting the recipe right.
The dish has this natural theater to it. And so actually a couple people at BuzzFeed also went to film him making this. And those people were Rie and Alvin. And we actually have Rie now to talk about that trip. Hi, Rie.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Adam.
Hi.
So yeah, you went before anybody to see Chef Motokichi make this dish.
Yeah,
Do you remember what he was like at the time?
he was same. Like every time I visit him, I remember he is such a entertainer in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah, blow my mind how he makes omurice and cut it and it's cut it open. I never seen it before.
Really?
Make that.
Omurice is a dish that you could find everywhere.
Yep.
And like people make it at home. But his version is this like personalized and expertly executed version.
Yeah.
What was it like eating it for the first time?
Oh, it was delicious. And it was different as well. Like demi-glaze is very rich. Usually when you eat omurice, it's served with ketchup and ketchup rice.
Right.
But his version is demi-glaze. And I know there are restaurants making demi-glaze version, but his omurice is something else. Yeah.
It's like a cartoon when it's been drawn long enough, it becomes the cartoon and not the thing that it originally was. Like Garfield is Garfield, whereas like he started out as a cat, but now it's his own thing.
Yeah.
Or like Snoopy.
Yeah.
Like no one thinks of Snoopy as a dog. Snoopy is Snoopy.
So next, let's watch the Bring Me video that was referenced in the first video where I'm making it. The Bring Me video is called Chef Motokichi Yukimura has perfected the art of omurice. So that was the Bring Me video. And we now have Alvin joining us to discuss more of what that experience was like. How's it going, Alvin?
Good, good. That was a fun video.
So when did you first hear about Chef Motokichi?
I definitely have watched his videos on YouTube of other people going to Japan and filming him for probably like at least a year before we went. So in my mind, he was already this sensation that I have already been a big fan of.
For this Bring Me video, you know, like at the end, we put the caption. He was actually sprinkling parsley, but we put the subtitle like nori seaweed. It wasn't me though.
It wasn't me.
He emailed me or maybe like other BuzzFeed Japan person. Hey, video is great, but it wasn't aonori. Can you change it? But once we publish video, we can now change it.
There's a note in the description of the Bring Me video that it's parsley and not.
Oh, really?
Just speaks to the difficulty and complexity of this omurice. Alvin, what was it like eating that omurice for the first time?
It actually wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. That's not a bad thing. I think after looking and watching that video, you're expecting this really rich, you know, eggy dish with like an extremely like rich or sweet kind of sauce, but he balanced it pretty well. I kind of enjoyed how the demi-glace was a little more bitter than what people might be used to, and it made me want to eat more of it, which is dangerous because I think he made like 2 or 3, and we're like, oh wow, there's so much omurice, and I'm pretty sure we ate it all.
Well, thanks for chatting with us, Alvin, and thanks for making that video all those years ago, which set off the chain reaction of all these other great experiences.
Yeah, and hopefully we can all go back and visit him sometime soon.
All right, see you later.
Bye, thank you guys.
Next up, we have the best video of all of the videos in the series, which is where we actually went to Japan to see how the dish was made from Chef Motokichi himself. This video is called, I went to Japan to learn how to make the most difficult omelet. And so the first video where I attempted to make the omelet was a test for a series that then became Eating Your Feed, which Adam created. And after that video came out and a lot of people watched it, it got to Chef Motokichi, and he messaged you on Facebook.
Said I didn't put milk, and can you change what you said in a video? Yeah.
He was like, can these people get anything right about my food? He also, you know, gave kind of like a soft invite.
Yeah, he said, if you ever come to Japan, I will definitely teach you guys how to make omelet.
Okay, so let's watch that video now. Okay, so here we are. A while ago, my friend Adam challenged me to make a Japanese omelet called Omurice for a video.
You did it.
I did it sort of okay, not really. There's one guy in particular in Kyoto, Japan that makes the most perfect, awesome looking one. Turns out the guy, Chef Motokichi, saw the video and said, hey, if you come to Japan, I will show you how to make it myself. And so guess what? We're in Kyoto. I'm here with Rie again. I've never been more scared in my life.
He's a nice guy.
Let's go. Here it is.
じゃあ入っていきます。よろしいでしょうか。
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Andrew. Oh, all right. Even more handsome in real life.
テレビで見るよりも男前ですって。
Of course.
So today, I'm gonna learn how to actually make omurice.
Yeah.
What should we do first?
材料の準備。
Okay, so you're gonna start by making the fried rice.
すべてちゃんと用意してから始めます。
This pan is awesome. It looks like it's made a lot of rice.
かなり重たい。で、ヘビー。
Can I hold it? Ooh, yeah. That feels good though.
アンドルーはレフティ
Righty.
レフティ
Righty.
はい。だいたい日本はフライパンはレフトハン
Oh.
ド。で、こう、右手でこう。
Oh, I have to do it with my left hand?
Yeah, in a professional kitchen, you have to flip the pan on the left.
Oh,
で、こう、
man.
右手でこう動かします。
That's gonna make it even harder for me. I think I just wanna watch you make it first, okay?
怖
Whoa!
いですね。
It's like up a foot.
ちょっと触ってみて。
You want me to do it? Whoopoo! Yeah!
これで戻します。
And you're saving all of that oil.
じゃあチキンを入れます。まずね。
Okay.
まずよ。
Chicken.
And onion.
Okay.
しめじましょう。で、ここは適当です。だいたい 5g ソイビーン。これ
5
も
grams? So just like a little,
Yeah, yeah.
A little drop.
About.
yeah? I'm not gonna be able to do that for sure.
And the butter.
Okay.
About 8g.
Yeah.
Okay? Rice.
Right.
これは、何グラムです ?150g。ここでソルト&ペッパー。はい。
Sorry. It's okay. Don't worry, I'm gonna be saying a lot too.
なんて
さっきって言ったの僕も多分すごいいっぱい言っちゃうと思います。
オッケーオッケーオッケー。
Okay, yeah.
大丈夫
All good.
料理は喋りながら。チキチの場合は、僕の場合はデミグラス。デミグ
Yeah.
ラス。
Oh, really?
Has to be very quick.
I'm not gonna do that. For sure, no.
はいはいはいはい。
It looks like flubber.
これで OK です。これでグラム数は全部ね、測ってるので、ジャストです。
Is it lemon shaped?
メロンですね。
It's melon.
メロンカッ
Plate and mold has to be V-shape.
プ。まあこんな。
Very nice.
これから一番大切なところです。オムレツ。
Rie said that you put milk in with the eggs, and that's why I couldn't do it. No.
Yeah. Salt only.
I was hoping that there was a secret that I was missing for why I was doing it so badly.
だいたい1人前3個。アバウトね。
A little
Salt.
salt. It's my favorite part.
でこれをこしてる。Very, very difficult.
So why is it a different pan?
これが、やりやすい。綺麗にできる。問題はここの角度。これがまっすぐはダメ。
This is very high heat.
これぐらいの温度。OK?
Okay. It's
これ
like
で180ね。いいですか入れます。この音がいいね。今のチューチュー。いいですかこうね。
okay.
Outside
Stirring,
in,
right?
yeah.
Outside in. Oh wow. Just coming
Outside
right
in.
away from the side.
早く、だんだん早く。で、先に持ってきます。ここにね。ここに溜めます。で、トントントントンします。で、周りを取って、オムレツの形。オムレツの形。OK?
Okay.
Shape of the omelet.
OK?
That's like soup
そ
right
こか
now.
ら、そこから、トントントントンコロリンショ。
Yeah, just like that, right.
で、これでウェイティング。
Okay.
ウェイティング。で、動かしてください。ね。これで、後ろひっついて
Oh my
ます。
God.
これで、トントントントン。
It looks like a water balloon.
乗せると、
And then put on top
ね、コロコロコロ。乗せると、これベリースムーズね。
from
Okay.
top to bottom.
Yeah, that's just that easy, huh?
ソース&キチキチの場合はデミグラス。
Demi-glaze sauce.
ビター&スイーツ。Very delicious. ね。 And ラストにパセリですね。Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Nice smell.
Wow. Yeah, the demi-glaze is awesome smelling. The sauce is so rich. The egg is amazing. The egg is a sauce in itself.
Yes, yes. 卵がすべてこう包んでくれる。
Well, I'm glad I get to eat this because all of mine are going to be trash. Adam, come in. So good. So good. Pass that along. Okay. Oh boy.
失敗をしないようにと思わない。Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. これはご飯はあったかい方がいいんです。処置しやすい。
I feel like how you feel right before you go on a roller coaster. Oh, it's great pants. I like your pants.
Yeah. Thanks.
You got everything figured out.
いや、男前には勝てない。
Oh, forget about it. Fire on.
Good.
Boom.
So good.
Oil time?
まだ wait.
Mada means like not yet. Mada.
Mada.
Not yet.
Be happy.
Yeah.
Happy Omurice. 行きましょう。Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go.
Okay. One scoop in there.
そうそうそう。Good.
Spatula, chicken. I'm doing it with this hand.
Yeah.
I saw you do this. I'm not ready for that one. That's hard mode.
1, 2, チャチャチャ。1, 2, チャチャチャ。1, 2, チャチャチャ。
1, 2. Ooh, cha cha cha. 1, 2, cha cha cha.
Okay.
1, 2.
チャチャチャ。
Something like that.
Oh.
Okay, 10 beans.
Yeah. About. Okay.
We're gonna do like
Yeah, okay.
that much.
It's alright.
Oh. Yeah, good.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. 1 ladle.
Yes. 36 cc. Okay. Make it sing.
Make it sing.
Faster.
How do you do it so easily? Show me the motion one
もう
more
一回やっ
time.
てください。見せてください。
慌てない。フライパンの温度を今上げてます。この間で。おいいね。
Good.
Making a giant mess.
Don't knock it down.
Oh, I have rice sticking.
すぐフライパン洗ってくださ
Then
い。
like wash the pan right now.
Okay. This
Yeah.
in there.
Here.
Turn this on. Good. I'll wait for the next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's beef.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Man, that looked like the easier half of this.
これは失敗したオムレツはこの中全部こっちに入れちゃう。
Delaying this as much as possible.
Very well mixing.
How long do I mix it?
どのくらい混ぜないといけないんですか、フライパン。
それが難しい。それが本当は一番難しい。
Okay. Oil?
Okay, good.
That's it.
Yeah.
1 ladle, right? Should I let it get hotter?
Go.
Okay. And scramble, right?
もっと左手を前へ。早く。OK!
Okay.
はい、ここ置いて。オムレツの形にして。オムレツの形に。はい、そう。
And like line, yeah.
Like that?
はい、軽く。
Okay, it's already.
Lightly.
ちょっと待って。
Wait.
さっき温めて。温めると動くからね。はい、ストン。
Don.
お、よし。
Don.
おー、待って。これはこのまま。
Don't move.
Don't move.
そう。
I feel like I already messed it up. So I already failed this omelet, but we're just doing this to
はい、
practice.
トン。くるりんちゃん。ここ。
So this change.
今。
That was it?
That was
Yeah.
Okay.
How soft.
Softly. It was too
okay.
harsh.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, that was a little aggressive, but I'm getting the.
もっとソフトタッチ。Very hard. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit softer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay.
だいぶ分かってきたね。
Okay. Yeah.
Start getting it.
Yeah. はい。
Did I just hear my production manager whisper, "This is stressful" off screen? Thanks. And then make the omelet
いや
shape
ここがアー
there.
チにする。でどうしてもこういうにならなかったらこれをこう倒してやる。
If it doesn't roll by itself, you can use the
コ
chopstick.
ロリン。こういう状態でね。
Yeah, okay. So we're just rolling it so that it lands on its uncooked seam so that it seals up. Okay.
じゃあね。OK。OK。アウトサイドイン。そうそう
Outside
そう。
in.
アウトサイドもう一回ガチャガチャガチャガチャガチャガチャスクランブルスクランブルスクランブルスクランブル。OK OK 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 OK。
Okay. It's gone too far, right?
Again.
Again.
もう少し。
Doing it this time.
Yeah. Good.
Good.
はい力抜いて回ってなくていいね。はい。
Don't rush.
はい。このままこのじっとしてちょっと上で温めてちょっと温めてオムレツの
Now,
形こ
let's
こから
make the omelet shape.
そうそうそうそうさっきこっちもう少しここお尻を上げてそうそうそうそうそう
Touch that.
いやで火にかけるかけてストップ OK ゆっくり、はい
Okay. More?
ストーンコロリンちゃん
Flip.
OK ストップストップストップストップストップストップストップストップストップまだストップ
Don't.
Don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
Okay.
Right.
The bottom is sealing.
あとそのまままっすぐ向こうへ
Push it into the
Push,
corner.
yeah, push it into the
こうして
corner.
そうそうそう
Good.
こう上げるね、
Okay.
はい、であとコンコンコンあと2分の1回転 OK!
Yes, good. Let's do it.
OK!
Okay.
OK!
Yeah.
はい
Oh, the chopsticks go
ひっ
underneath.
くり返す
Flip.
そうそうおー OKOKOK
Okay.
OK
Okay, let's cut it.
いや
Ready?
コーナーコーナー
Ready?
いや
でも
Sauce.
そう
Sauce? Sauce.
OK good and the pasta
Oh, just a little bit?
yeah
It's not there yet, but I learned a lot of stuff about making this.
どう自分で点数つけてどう自分で上手に
So
なったと
when
思う
you 1 to 100,
Yeah.
what do you think? How good did you do?
68.
Yeah
Okay, he agrees. He agrees. I got a D plus. Okay.
食べてください。
ではいただきますああちょっと待ってね ねえねえねえもうこれでいかないとね
Yeah, we need a thicker spoon for my omelet.
ねいただきますいいですか
Okay. I made an omurice master. Eat a D plus omurice.
Good
Now I know how to go forward in practice. I don't have it yet, but now I know what I need to work on.
1回でここまでできるのなかなかない
Yeah, like not many people can make it like this short period of time. So you did great.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna practice.
練習します。
Yeah あとねいいですかDelicious
Thank you so much. This
Yeah.
was so good.
すごい楽しかったです。
We've just finished watching my attempt of making it with Chef Motokichi in Kyoto.
What an experience.
What an experience. That video has 28 million views.
It's one of my favorite videos still.
It's very entertaining.
Yes.
And I think that's because it was so harrowing for me personally. I think you get this in the video, but one of the most difficult things to wrap my brain around was that when the pan is hotter, it is more non-stick, meaning the eggs will move the way that you need them to, but also the hotter it is, the faster they cook. Mad hard. You edited this video.
Yeah, it was
very difficult. Right?
Yeah. I mean, we only were there like an hour, but it was a lot of footage to edit, and with all the like translating back and forth, and there were parts that were just too frustrating and sad to watch.
So there were some parts that actually didn't make it in the final video. At one point I was practicing with dish towels, like to mimic left hand, to mimic the motion that the omelet would take as you were trying to roll it at the front of the pan.
Yeah.
And the towel, he perfectly rolled up the towel, and then he would do it, and the towel would just rotate like 25 degrees each time, staying perfectly rolled, and then you would do it, and it would just fall.
Yeah,
it would
just be
unfold with each attempt.
A blanket flopping on top of this pan.
So it's an episode of Eating Your Feed, but we filmed it while we were filming Worth It. We had Matt,
the production team.
And Steven was there as well. I don't think he made it in the video, but we have footage of him actually watching all of that happening and then trying the omelet.
And the last part when he did
Oh yeah, and then he surprised us all with his next level omelet toss.
yeah, everyone was like froze, like what?
Yeah, and he didn't even tell us what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
He just was like, we had wrapped on filming everything, and then he was just like, can I do a bonus? And we're just like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he only do it once?
Yeah.
And
Amazing
great
that you got it
job.
on camera then.
Yeah, because that's definitely something you wanna know as a camera operator.
Should I try making that next?
Yeah.
Maybe you should try making it. So that was also the first time we got to eat it. Adam, what was your impression of tasting it?
It was wild. To be honest, the first time I took a bite, I was a little disappointed.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's because it just wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. And I think because the way it's made is so theatrical that I expected it to be like equally sort of like over the top.
Yeah.
And it's actually like very subtle and balanced. And like the fried rice is like not overwhelmingly flavored, and like the vegetables are still like very crisp because they're cooked so quickly.
Yeah.
And that like really threw me. But then like once I actually started eating it, I was like, oh, this is really great. It's just not at all what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. The more you eat it, the more you understand just how good it is. And then when you try to make it, that's a whole other thing. Yeah. So I think part of why my memory of these shoots is so confusing is because we filmed this one in 2017. It didn't get released until summer of 2018. And summer of 2018, we were also on our way back to Japan to film more Worth It episodes, one of which was about eggs.
Yes.
Where we filmed with Chef Motokichi. In this segment, for the first time, we heard from Chef Motokichi about the intricacies from his perspective. So next up, we're watching the Chef Motokichi segment of the Worth It episode, $1 eggs versus $89 egg. This is eggs.
私は雪村元吉、レストランの名前はザ洋食屋吉吉
What type of restaurant is this?
で洋食なので西洋の料理、それなのでコロッケとかハンバーグとかでオムライスということでね、日本で外国から入ってきたんですけれども、日本でそれが進化していって日本独特の食べ物になっていってますよね。だいたい高級な料理だったんですけれども、アメリカからケチャップというものが入って庶民の方にずっと広がっていったっていうのが洋食ですね。
This morning, Marie put ketchup on her eggs, and I was like, "What are you doing?" No.
すごい。僕のはご飯にケチャップかけて食べればいいじゃん。
Okay.
What separates your omurice from the original recipe? So I understand that it's typically made with ketchup.
ケチャップライスとしても巻き込んであるっていうのが一般的ですよね。自分のオムライスっていうのを作りたかったので、デミグラスソース味でオムレツを乗せて割り落としてデミグラスソースがかかってて提供するっていうね。
Putting the omelet on top, how does that enhance the taste of the dish?
卵が半熟ですからご飯噛むじゃないし飲めるみたいであっさりとたくさん食べれるっていうのがあったのでね。レディー？いやー！ まずチキンライスを作ります。かなり強火と、そしてスピード、この2つが要求されます。ここができるとできないのとでは全然味が違います。まず。そして、それからオムレツですよね。で、周りの中は半熟、周りは1枚の焼けた薄い卵焼きにしなければ美味しくないんです。Very well mixing more good。今度は素早くトントントンね。皆さんこのトントントンが非常に難しいと思ってると思うんですが、違うんです。速やかにチキンライスの上に乗せて、あとはカットしますけれども、黄色いドレスドゥーっていう感じですね。
The way that you make this omurice is very theatrical. What do you think that gives to the diner?
僕は料理を通じてお客様には料理を売ってるんじゃない、夢を売る商売だっていう認識をしてるんです。黙って料理をしてたらなんか面白くない。自分がエンジョイすることでだんだん一体化する。それが劇場っていうね形になっていったと思います。
Do you think that the theater helps the food taste better?
もちろん of course だからもっともっと楽しく自分をエンジョイしながら料理を作る。オックスタンシチューキチキチNo.1
This is the #1 dish?
Yeah, Omurice famous #1 キチキチNo.1
Taste #1.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so we're taking a little detour from eggs because this is part of the process of making the demi-glace.
It's the same base, but different ratio for beef stock.
Okay.
And it's simmered for 96 hours.
So I'm gonna taste the sauce first.
Yeah. Cheers. いただきます。
はい。
Holy
I
crap.
need another one because that was too complicated to understand on the first bite.
This is like unsweetened chocolate syrup style of bitterness. It's very delicious.
Tongue is one of the most underrated meats. Can come off a little scary because
It's the
You know,
tongue. Yeah. Anything that's part of something's expression is scary to eat.
but it tastes good.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
That is soft.
Oh, so soft. Adam actually loves tongue more than everybody on this show.
Wow, すごい. Wow.
Wow. Got a little taste of the demi-glace, and now the main event.
はい、ではファイヤーね、ファイヤー。はいはいはいはい。パッカーメイキング。コーナー。ナイス。キチキチオムライス。
Full disclosure, being this before, it never gets old.
No.
Every time it puts a smile on your face. It's like Disneyland. Itadakimasu.
いただきます。Not having to chew is a luxury.
Here at the restaurant, they only have spoons available because that's all you're gonna need, right? The egg is almost like an icing for this rice, but the textures are still distinct and interact with each other very well, you know? It's not just one creamy state.
The je ne sais quoi, the magic of this dish, it's really the happy vibes. Watching him make this dish, he's having fun. He's been making this for 20 years. To do something over and over and over again and still have the same joy is incredible. And I get to be a part of that.
What is your secret? You have this amazing energy, this friendly disposition.
オーラ。あなたのオーラを僕がもらうんです。このハッピーなオーラを僕がもらうんです。ハッピー。
So it depends on the customer, but you guys are also very excited and he kind of absorbing your happiness. So that makes him happy.
That's actually a very good lesson. How to be happy? You can't do it by yourself.
Your happiness, my happiness.
Oh, no, your happiness is my happiness.
Yeah.
This was very delicious. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Watching that egg segment makes me want to watch the rest of that Worth It Egg video.
Yeah.
Like when Adam picks up the yolk at the end.
I'm so full, like I don't know what to talk about it.
Yeah. Probably my favorite Worth It episode. Actual.
Egg?
Yeah.
It's a
Egg in
great
Japan.
thumbnail.
It's a great thumbnail. All 3 locations are excellent. Okay, so the next video we're watching is when I attempted to recreate the ox tongue stew from the Worth It segment in my own home. And that was actually just this past year. And you and I interviewed Chef Motokichi to see how he was doing and to learn about this demi-glace process.
Yes.
Which is very similar to the one that's used in the Omurice. It's not exactly the same, but they're both very lengthy and detailed processes for making this very rich sauce. So while that episode doesn't necessarily feature the omelet, it's related because we had the tongue during the Worth It episode, and because during that interview, Chef Motokichi shared that he was making his own omelet pan. So next we're watching, I made this 96-hour ox tongue stew from Worth It. And the one thing I'll say about that is how excited he was on the phone call. Chef Motokichi is never without energy.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to my kitchen and to this channel, About to Eat. Am I about to eat? No, actually the food that I'm making for this video won't be ready for several days, so. Anywho, my name is Andrew, and you might recognize me from this other show I do called Worth It, where I and my pals Steven and Adam go around tasting foods at different price points to find out which is the most worth it. And today I'm going to be recreating one of the favorite dishes I had on that show, ox tongue stew. Now I want to recreate this dish for a couple of different reasons. I'm personally very interested in the fundamentals of why something tastes good. Like, really, how does food get to taste the way that it does? And I think the best way to do that is to go through the cooking process and see what's going on in there. In our egg video in Japan, we ate at this restaurant where we were primarily having this omurice. It's one of the best things I've ever eaten. It's so good and so mesmerizing. But before we ate that omelet, we had a second dish, which was the ox tongue stew. The chef said something very interesting. This is the #1 dish?
Yeah. Omurice famous #1.
Ah.
Motokichi #1.
Taste #1.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Lastly, it's been a long time since I ate that dish. I'm hoping to sort of ratatouille myself back to that moment and taste that flavor again. So this recipe is actually going to take several days to complete.
And it's simmered for 96 hours.
So to start off, I'm going to be speaking with Chef Motokichi to learn more about his dish and himself and how he gets to be so awesome. Chef, so nice to see you. And Rie, thanks for joining us.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
お久しぶりです。
お久しぶりです。とても楽しみにしてたよ。いつ見ても男前だね。
You are handsome as always.
And he is handsome as always as well. You seem to have gotten younger since the last time I saw you.
それはね、タンシチューを食べたからだよ。
Oh, perfect. I remember back when we visited you, you mentioned that this was Kichikichi's #1 dish.
お肉料理の中で、まあ、シチュー、もしくはそのローストビーフとか、ビーフシチューとかタンシチューとかね、この辺のところは、その方の持ってるセンス、技術、考え方、で、これが微妙に如実に出てくる。シンプルな料理なんですよ。煮詰めて肉の旨味を出す料理なんですね。それだけにやはり極めて美味しいものを作りたいと。ね、新しい食材とか新しい技術を入れてどうのこうのという料理じゃないのでね。そこでそういう意味を込めて#1。
I'd love to hear from your perspective what the flavor of your ox tongue stew is.
一番危険な苦味ですね。美味しいんですけどね。ちょっと酸味を加えることによってしつこさを消していくっていうとこですね。だから、見た目しつこそうですが食べれば食べるほどその美味しさが増してくるっていうような表現ができた。で、旨味の分量ですけれどもね。まあ、だいぶと、まあ皆さんしっかりと入れてますけれども、そこらは皆一緒ですね。その微妙なバランスですよね。そこが、まあ、僕の味が僕の手によって作られてるっていうね、ここですよね。だからレシピはもう押します。どうぞ作ってください。ね、作る人の数だけ味は皆違います。
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to make the dish. It was very nice seeing you again.
一緒一緒僕ももうめちゃくちゃハッピーハッピーハッピーハッピーハッピーオムライス Oh yeah Oh yeah だよ
Hey, I don't need to translate this part, right?
No, I got
Got
that.
it.
Yeah, I got that. Chatting with Chef Motokichi was great. He helped me out with the recipe. He also recorded himself doing some of the steps of the recipe, which I did not ask him to do, but he thought would be helpful, so he did it because he is an endlessly amazing man. I think it's also worth mentioning that I'm on the other side of the world. My ingredients are going to be a little bit different, but I'm going to be following the steps as closely as possible to try to understand the technique as best I can. So first off, the tongue. And there it is. That's a tongue. So one thing I noticed immediately is that Chef Motokichi was working with a tongue without the skin, and I could only find skin on. Most recipes that you come across for preparing tongue are boiling or poaching it with the skin on and then peeling the skin afterwards. So there's not a ton of information about butchering a tongue on the internet. Okay. I gotta confess, I know that tongue is pretty common to find in Los Angeles. You can find it at delis, you can find it at taco stands. I don't think it's a gross thing. There's just this constant reminder of like, this was part of something's face. If you think about why you eat meat or what pieces of meat are prized for what purposes, the tongue actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's all muscle. So there it is. I sort of butchered it. Pun intended. The first step of Motokichi's recipe is to sear it, and I think the skin would have interfered with that. With the skin on, the tongue really looks like a tongue. But in this state, it kind of just looks like a tenderloin. It's really just any other kind of meat at this point. And of course, it's important to not burn the tongue because then you wouldn't be able to taste anything. I think the tongue is browned enough, so now it's going from this pan into this pot. So next we're adding some aromatics, starting with thyme, bay leaf, and sage. And next we're going to saute some carrot, onion, and garlic. So something interesting about this step with Chef Motokichi is that he's cooking it at a pretty high heat in a dry pan so that it gets this sort of color just on the outside of the vegetable. And that's pretty much all that's happening at this stage. And the last thing for this part of the recipe is to deglaze the pan with red wine and ignite it, AKA flambe. I'm just gonna quickly scrape up some of the stuff at the bottom of this pan. This is cool. Okay, great. All of the alcohol seems to be extinguished. This is basically the finished stewing liquid. And now this is actually gonna go in the oven for about 4 hours at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. There's an extremely beefy flavor permeating my entire home right now. First things first is removing, ooh, the meat is so much softer. It's almost like concerningly soft. So I'm just gonna set this aside, bring in a second pot to drain the liquid into. The tongue is now going back into the first pot. Now this liquid, and so I see Chef Motokichi scraping down the top and sides of the pot and scrape, ooh. Oh, wait a second. The way that this caramelized stock on the lid smells reminds me so much of the ox tongue stew that I had back in Japan. That's where the flavor is. Oh man, it's just a paste of flavor. And I think that this caramelization of the stock is where that bitterness ultimately comes from. The tongue is going to sit in the stock overnight and cool, and tomorrow we cook it some more. Okay, so it's day 2. Making the ox tongue stew. Today it needed to simmer for another 2 hours, so I'm about halfway through that process. One other thing that I need to do is skim the top of the stock. Chef Motokichi actually has a very interesting technique, ladling just a little bit of the cloudy gray stuff and then blows the ladle and the contents into the bowl. It really seems to work. It just kind of shoots the top of the layer off into the scrap bowl. Okay, so now after 2 hours, we're going to let the stock and tongue cool again together. And then tomorrow, we will continue with the recipe. Okay, here we are, the next day. So now we're just removing the tongue from the stock, and that's basically the meat done. This is gonna be wrapped up, and then this will be sliced at the final point of the dish. And what remains is to reduce this stock and to thicken it with a roux. I've made a roux before. It's equal parts flour and butter, toasted together in a pan. But in this particular recipe, the roux gets quite dark, almost the color of dark chocolate. Chef Motokichi warned me that the roux would most likely be the most difficult part.
バターと小麦粉炒めるとこですね。これでいいのかなって多分ね。そのために、画像見せた方が絶対いいなと思ってね。大丈夫なのって多分作りながら思うと思うけどね。自分でこれ大丈夫なのって、悩んでください。
Let us begin. Love to melt butter. Look at that. Gonna add the butter now? I mean the flour? What are we talking about here? I guess roux is like making a dough sauce. One thing that's very interesting about Chef Motokichi's restaurant, he's essentially always using a very high burner, and he's controlling the heat of what he's cooking and just moving the pot on and off of the burner to control the amount that the butter is being toasted. Also, if I burn it, it's definitely because I'm playing with the cameras this entire time. So we now have the color of, I don't know, oatmeal here. Looking for the color of chocolate. At first I didn't think I had enough in the pot here, but the more I'm cooking it, it's really kind of transforming into much looser consistency. Oh, I'm seeing smoke. This is not good. Where is that coming from? It still looks okay. It must be just like the peripheral flour that's burning. This is one of those recipe steps that's like playing an old Mario game. You only have one life. You fall off the edge, you're done. You go back to the beginning, start over. I've switched to the silicone spatula in an attempt to get the maximum scrapage. Back in time, did people just stand around seeing how long they could cook things for? You need to get a bit darker though. We're now into like the foam of an espresso color. It's not just like a length of cooking thing, it's individual spurts of going up to the limit of burning. So you really do have to kind of be brave here. It takes a lot longer if you're less sure of yourself. Which of course I am, because I've never done this before. Okay. I think this has reached the appropriate level of darkness now. It's wild that this started as two white substances. I also want to let it just cool for a moment in the pan before I incorporate the stock. I think it'll be helpful to see what consistency it is when it isn't quite so hot. It's gotten a touch darker, and it has the kind of thick paste look that Chef Motokichi's roux does. I also am curious to taste this dark roux. If toast was a sauce. I'm relieved to find out that it doesn't taste bad in a, oh crap, I just made a mistake kind of way. Now it's just incorporating the stock in with this roux. At this point in time, it does really feel like I'm making a dessert. I mean, it really looks like I have a pot of pudding here, you know? I'm just gonna add it to the rest of the stock. Okay, so this is now gonna go in the oven uncovered for maybe like 8 or 10 hours. There's not an exact time, it's just the amount that the stock is going to reduce at this point. This is day 4. Yesterday the stock cooked in the oven. I checked it periodically, scraping down the sides to reincorporate those kind of bits on the side. And this is what we have today. And it's a very pleasing color. It's not just the shade of brown, but it's like kind of texture to the liquid. And so just a few simple things that we're gonna be seasoning this with. First, Japanese ketchup. Similar to Kewpie mayonnaise, it has one of these soft bottles.
甘みが欲しいので、甘さっていう部分ですよね。そこですよね。まあ砂糖の甘さとケチャップの甘さ、酸味。
Man, ketchup is really good. And then the rest of the ingredients are pretty simple. There's a little bit of soy sauce, some brown sugar, a little bit of honey, a little bit of regular salt, and lastly, there's some beef stock. Chef Motokichi is using a particular Heinz brand. I couldn't find that exact product, so I found a pretty neutrally flavored beef stock. This is now just gonna simmer together for another 6 hours today. I'm gonna be doing the same procedure of checking on it, scraping down the sides, and mainly looking for an amount of reduction rather than a total cook time. Okay, it's day 5 in Sauceland. Chef Motokichi instructed me to periodically put the lid on the pot to trap some of the moisture. That steam will release some of the stuck-on bits on the side, making it easier to scrape down. So it's interesting, it's kind of a combination of cooking with something wet and cooking with something dry. But I ended up with something that kind of resembles barbecue sauce. I added some more of the same neutral beef stock, and this is gonna go back in the oven for a number of hours, and tomorrow we'll be able to finally plate the dish. Okay, we finally arrived at the day where we get to eat the thing that we made. First, we're going to slice up the tongue meat. So reviewing my notes again from Chef Motokichi, there is some diverse anatomy here on the tongue, and you can feel different parts have different levels of tenderness. And in Chef Motokichi's plating of this dish, he cubes up the tongue and then uses different parts from different areas to kind of create a balanced set of textures in the final dish. I do first want to have a little bit of a taste of this stock on its own. It really is like a big pot of chocolate. The flavor is ridiculous. We're actually starting with a little bit of butter, and now we're just adding a little bit of red wine and a little bit of plain stock. And now we're adding a little bit of the ox tongue. Now we're just taking a bit of this sauce, and we're just going to add a little bit. And at this point, it's basically just kind of coming together, making sure it's the right thickness. Everything is warm and evenly coated. So here we have it. In Chef Motokichi's instructions, he was very adamant about not wasting a single drop of this demi-glace. And after cooking it for 6 days, I really understand the motivation to scrape out every last bit. A garnish of heavy cream. And lastly, draping these vegetables on top. This is the hard part. This part snuck up on me. Here's the final dish. Look at that. Pretty close to what I experienced back at the restaurant. I mean, the flavor, on the other hand, is the real test. Ox tongue stew. Tastes really good. Or I don't know if it tastes really good or if I'm just relieved it's not terrible after 6 days. No, it's really good. Oh, here's how good it tastes. When the sound you make after taking a bite could be confused for disgust. Does it taste as good as I remember Chef Motokichi's tasting? I don't think it's quite there. I think Chef Motokichi achieved this depth of bitterness that mine didn't quite hit. I think mine tastes good, but it's different. It's also not surprising that Chef Motokichi, with his years of experience, makes a better result. I think one of the key lessons is trying to resist your natural instinct to stop something when you thought it's been enough. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you want to taste an actually great version of this dish, consider visiting Chef Motokichi at his restaurant in Kyoto. And I can't thank him enough for helping me out with this video. What's going on with you? If you have anything new that you'd like to talk about?
なんと、ね、僕がマイプロデュースフライパン見たいあるよここにじゃじゃーんネームイズオムちゃんアメリカのテレビショッピング目指して、今から動き出してますんでそして、アメリカの方もネットで買えるように今動いてます名前がねイタッとターナークリンチョー
Man, I need to try this thing. Maybe it'll help me be better at making the omelet.
絶対できるよ。うまかったけどね。アンドリュー料理上手だったけど、これだったらもうプロ、もうお見せできるよ。
I need all the help I can get. So at the end of that interview, he shared that he was making his own omelet pan for making omurice in his own special way. And that's what inspired the next video in the series, which is
the final episode of Omurice Saga. So he had this omurice pan and he wanted to sell it, but it didn't happen because some logistic problem his side. But I think he inspired to make that little pan.
Because of me? Because I was so bad at making the omelet?
I feel like he thinks everyone, like, you know, some people who cannot come to his restaurant can make it at home.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, yeah. The last video in the story so far is me using Chef Motokichi's new omelet pan, which is called I Tried Making the Most Difficult Omurice Again. I wish my skills have improved, but... Hello, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Andrew, and in this video, I'm gonna be trying to make omurice. Omurice is this Japanese dish essentially consisting of an omelet with fried rice. There are a number of different versions of this dish, but the one in particular that I'm gonna be making is that of Chef Motokichi from Kyoto, Japan. The omelet is super soft and delicate. It's laid on top of the fried rice before being cut open in this dramatic unveiling. Then it's finally topped with a demi-glace sauce, which is essentially a very luxurious gravy. You can think of it that way. I've actually had quite the saga with Chef Motokichi's omurice. I first tried to make it in 2017 when my friend Adam challenged me to make it. Slightly too much egg here. Terrible. And what you have here is a bunch of overcooked eggs with a bunch of undercooked eggs on top of them. We then later went to Kyoto to learn how to make the dish from Chef Motokichi himself.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Andrew. Oh, all right.
待って。これはこのまま。
Don't move.
Don't move?
そう。
I feel like I already messed it up.
どんくるりんちゃう。
And then a year after that, we featured the omurice on our Worth It Eggs video.
Yeah, hiya.
So over the years, we've gotten to know Chef Motokichi. He's an amazing human being. His food is fantastic. Just this past year, I tried making Chef Motokichi's ox tongue stew on the channel, which involves the process of making a demi-glace. It's not the same demi-glace as on the omurice, but it's a similar process. So in that video, I learned that Chef Motokichi actually has developed his own omelet pan.
僕がマイプロデュースフライパン。見たいじゃじゃーん。Name is おむちゃん。
I also had this leftover demi-glace from the ox tongue stew, and I thought, what a great opportunity to try once again making the omurice. If I can't do it this time, suffice it to say we've eliminated quite a few variables. Okay. Look at all this stuff. A special spatula for delicately turning the omelet, and the cup for shaping the mound of rice. And there he is. Chef Motokichi, the man himself. Boom. Look at that. Egg and sausage face. Amazing. Chef Motokichi's hat is kind of like an omelet for his head. So the unique thing about this pan, it's tilted towards this side so that when you're forming an omelet, you have more of a generous bowl shape at the front. It's really kind of amazing. I mean, Chef Motokichi is an independent restaurant owner in Japan, and now he's like been on a Netflix show with Michelle Obama and has his own frying pan. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to make an omelet on its own because I don't expect to nail it the first time. So I've measured out some eggs, I beat them and then strained them, seasoned them with some salt. The best part about screwing up an omelet is that then I just have scrambled eggs. I also have these large cooking chopsticks, which I've actually owned for a number of years now. And I remember when I saw them in the store, they reminded me exactly of the ones that Chef Motokichi used. Oops, I spilled some eggs. Okay, maybe I'm gonna stop right there. Let's switch over to the turner now. Oh my God, this is the tool to use. Oh yeah. Okay. I made kind of a sloppy omelet there. Oh God. Let's see the doneness. Okay, I know that this isn't perfect, but considering that was my first go, and I took the time to move the camera back so the egg was setting a little bit, I'm very pleased. I mean, you can see the amount of runny it is inside while still being, you know, an intact omelet. Tastes like eggs, which is to say, delicious. So rather than attempt the omelet again immediately, I want to just live with the pan for a while, use it to make omelets for myself, practice the technique, and then once I feel like I've gotten a hang of it, I'll make Chef Motokichi's fried rice and do the full omurice with demi-glace and everything. I also gotta say, I love having this little face in the bottom of the pan. It's like a little chef encouraging me to do well. Welcome back. It's been a couple of days. I've made several omelets, and it's actually gone pretty well. I've made the omelet on its own. I also prepared some rice in advance that I'm gonna be using later for the fried rice, but I thought that I would just put it in the mold to practice laying the omelet over. And because steamed rice with a soft omelet, and then I garnished it with some high quality soy sauce, very tasty. It's time to make the final omurice. So I actually have leftover demi-glace. Now, Chef Motokichi's omurice uses a different preparation of demi-glace than the one that is in his ox tongue stew, but I have this leftover demi-glace. It's gonna be the same texture and general flavor profile, so that's what I'm gonna use today. I've also got some finely minced parsley that's gonna go on the top of the dish at the end. It's time to make the rice. I prepared the ingredients according to the measurements that Chef Motokichi shared with me when I visited him in Japan. I've got chicken, onion, shimeji mushroom, edamame, and for convenience, I'm gonna be making a double portion of the rice. I have some neutral oil. This is a steel pan, so I'm essentially seasoning it prior to cooking. And I'm gonna pour off the excess chicken. Next, the onion, shimeji mushroom, the soybeans, next some butter, and then the rice. Next is some salt and pepper. And finally, some demi-glace. I'm estimating it's about a half ladle full of this. And finally, let's see if I can Okay, one more time. Okay, before I make too much of a mess, I'm gonna stop there. Now our rice mold. I'm just going to now I'll set this aside and reset for making the omelet. Finally cleaned up the giant mess I made, portioned my eggs, passed them through a sieve, and added just salt, as Chef Motokichi instructs. And now I will make my final omelet. That looks pretty good. I will now switch to Omurice turner. Okay, rice is molded. Omelet is on the rice. It's not the prettiest omelet. Now for my demi-glace, which is bitter and sweet. And now, the final little garnish parsley. And there you have it. And now I eat it. So delicious. To have something that is simultaneously a fried rice, this incredible gravy stew-like flavor, and velvety omelet on top. It's so unexpected, but so delicious. The texture of the egg in this dish is mimicking that of this velvety demi-glace, which took so many hours to make. And yet you're getting a similar texture from an egg that was just cooked at the right speed and temperature for only a few moments. Is mine as good as Chef Motokichi's? I'm sure it's not. But I will say, making the omelet to this degree of success at home after so many years of making this, it feels pretty great. And I don't know what's changed from this time to the previous. I haven't practiced this dish all that much since the last time I saw Chef Motokichi. But I think one of the differences this time is that I had a lot less apprehension going into it. I asked Chef Motokichi if he had any tips or suggestions or things I should know about his equipment before I started. One of the things that stuck with me is he just said, enjoy cooking. And maybe that's it. I think I just came in with a lot less fear and a lot more interest in just enjoying the process. It's probably also just the pan, right? The pan that's designed to make the thing makes me a whole lot better at making it. But if you'd like to have a great version of this dish, consider visiting Chef Motokichi at his restaurant in Kyoto, or visiting his website, which I'll put a link in the description to, so you can learn more from him and where to buy his pans and equipment. Yeah, so still haven't perfected the omurice, but I think the purpose of that pan is to make it at home in a more casual way and to just have fun with it, which is also what Chef Motokichi says is the most important part. And so that's the omurice story so far.
Do you think this is the end of your journey?
Oh, surely not. I think I learned more about making fried rice from that experience than I did necessarily the omelet. Or like that's where I got the most improvement. Mm-hmm. My omelet only got this much better, but my fried rice got like that much better. Still not super good, but from where I started, it was a big improvement.
Seeing them all in a row, it's fun to see like you just trying the egg, and then when you go to learn from him, you make the fried rice, and then finally you make the demi-glace, and you're starting to actually get like all of the components together.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good like lesson of like you don't have to get it all. Like this has been 4 years now, and you're like slowly collecting the elements of everything that he puts into it.
Right. And each of those things, I think, has made me a lot better at cooking other stuff, like reducing sauces or making eggs in general, or making fried rice. And what will be the next thing that I do in the omurice journey? I don't know, maybe throwing it in the air?
You need a splash mat.
A splash mat?
You just landed on someone's face.
Your face?
That's Chef Motokichi's next innovation. It's just gonna turn into
benihana.
Yeah. This was fun.
Yeah.
Reminiscing on the old trips and video shoots. Really makes me want to go back to Japan again. That's for sure.
5 years?
Was it 5 years?
From the Bring Me video? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Wow.
5 years.
I don't even think octopuses live that long.
Not where I thought this conversation would be ending.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that somebody will pay for us to go to Japan again. That's why I keep bringing it up at every opportunity.
Yeah, hotline.
Hotline bling. So that was our Omurice marathon. And hopefully there will be more videos in the future. I'm sure there will be. But thanks for watching. Bye.